Hi everyone, welcome to Get Ready with me, Louise. So today we are going to be playing with the other part of the Morphe and Meredith Duxbury collection. It is the Power Multi Effects palette, and it's the baby palette. You know what this collaboration kind of reminds me of? The way Glamlite did it with Michaela, how they had the bigger palette, then they had like a small palette. Well, this one gives you a basic look, but these can be used for blush toppers, highlighters, lid toppers, I mean, whatever you want. This is all mattes up here, and then the metallic shades, shimmer shades, whatever down there. I also, because in these, in this one, oops, there it goes. There's this piece of paper right here, right, that gives you ideas. Well, on this one, it says to use skinny dipping as a blush, and I went over that in the previous video when I did this, and I decided to do that, and that is what I'm wearing today. It works. I mean, is it the prettiest blush I've ever seen? No, it's not. Do I have other formulas I like much better? Absolutely. Let's get started though. We're going to go into Please Me first, this peachy color. But can you make that palette make do? Yes you can. You can use that to do pretty much everything. You can even bronze with it if you have a small enough brush. My thing when it comes to eyeshadows, that can be blush, bronzer, whatever, contour, the whole 9 yards. It is so hard to find a brush that's going to go in it, because I don't know about you, but my brushes for my face are bigger than my eye brushes. So if it is a palette like this with this size pans, fine, I can use those, you know. But if it's a palette that's got eyeshadow size pans, it's a little bit more difficult, and I found that. Now today for the blush, I did use my Kevin Aquan, and I just dipped it in like that and basically just got it on the tip of the brush. Fine. And it is a corner shade, particularly that one. So, you know, I didn't have to worry about it going into anything or anything like that. But yeah, I'm not going to grab for that palette for a blush, that's for sure. But I do see where they're going with it to get the maximum amount of use out of it. Because, you know, if you spend your money, you want to get the maximum amount. And I really, truly, I don't know how I feel about these palettes, to be honest. I'm going to take that same shade, Please Me, and run it along the lower lash line. I like her idea of these palettes, like her color coordination and all that. I'm just not the biggest fan of Morphe shadows, okay? Are they okay for the price point? Yeah. But at the same time, it's like you can get ColourPop shadows and get better quality. You know what I mean? So it really just depends on your preference, availability, and that sort of stuff. Do you like bigger palettes? Do you like smaller palettes? That sort of stuff also. For me personally, I like the color selection in that palette, and I didn't have any issues with the shades the way I did my makeup. And I didn't use that many. I am going to, you know, use more, obviously. But we're going to go into Oh Baby, this shade right here in the middle, to darken up the outer corner. But I don't, you know, I don't really care if it's a bigger palette, smaller palette. That doesn't, you know, faze me, really. I do prefer them to be easily storable, which these are. But as far as big or small, like that don't bother me. Now traveling, obviously I don't want to take a huge palette unless like that it is easy to store, and it's flat, and it's, you know, instead of taking 2 or 3 palettes, I could probably just take that one. But, and I don't want to compare, but I have to. I'm sorry, but the Jaclyn and Morphe palettes are better than that one as far as quality. Now, color story, that may be more your color story, the Meredith one. But quality-wise, when I purchased the 1 and 2 from Jaclyn, the bigger ones, I would prefer them over that. Now, I do prefer that over James Charles palette, but I like James Charles' color story better. So I'm in a predicament, you know? But just so you know where I'm at with like quality and price point stuff, you know? But I do think, you know, it's a good collab nonetheless. It's just, are you a fan of, you not only, you know, you may be a fan of Meredith, but you might not be a fan of Morphe. And you may not be a fan of their quality too, not just the brand, but the quality of it. So you do have to sort of keep that in mind. And like I said, I don't really know her content that well. Obviously, I think everybody knows her for applying too much foundation. In my opinion, that's how I've heard of her. I mean, granted, she's gorgeous. I could see why there's other reasons why you would know of her. And she is good with makeup. So I see all that. But, you know, and I don't know if that color story resonates with her or not. Obviously it must. She created it. But I will say that if you like Morphe shadows, you like that color story, you won't be disappointed. If you don't like Morphe shadows and you don't like the color story, you might be a little bit disappointed. But you can get it to work. You may have to mess with it, but you will be able to get it to work at the end of the day. That is also true. We're going to take that Oh Baby shade I just used in the outer corner, and we're going to run it right up on the lash line. Now this palette, I think I actually prefer this little palette over the bigger palette, to be honest. Just because when I look at this palette, I'm like, basic look, you know? And you do have a little bit of option in it on which way to go because of the multi-use shades in it, you know? So I do think there are options with this palette. But like with everything, you have to make the decision if it's worth it for you or not. I mean, I hate to say it. Do I want to say it even? Because I wouldn't want, you know, if I went through the hard work of creating a palette, I wouldn't want to say it. And I don't think it's about her necessarily even. Because she can only work with what she's got. It's really Morphe quality more than anything, and I would say skip the bigger one. And if you want to maybe support her, my face is tacky. Maybe go with the smaller palette. You know what I mean? Because I do think you'll get a good bit of use. We're gonna take Rose, this one right here, and we're gonna pop it all over the lid. You probably should spray these shades, to be fair, also because they do have some fallout with them. Just so you know, this shade not so much as this next one I'm going to use, but I already knew it had fallout due to the fact that I used it before in the previous video. And I'm actually wearing it as a highlighter also today, and that would be the Double Dip, this one here. I do like this shade, but it is very glittery. We're just going to pop that on the inner corner here. And I'm also wearing that as my highlighter today. Okay, and then I'm going to go into that black Caviar, and we're just going to line the lower lash line and top lash line with it. I do think it is nice to have a black in a palette. Just to, if you want to line or something, or make a shade darker. At the same time, I also think a white is nice in a palette too, but not every palette has to have that, mind you. And that one brown is a dark brown if you want it to line with like a brown. It's just whatever preference you like personally. But I do like that is in this particular palette because, like I said, you can line with it. And I do prefer to line with shadow. And my little rougher brush. And I'm just lining that lash line. And then I'm going to actually use the YSL in the brown mascara because I just think this look is really pretty with a brown. I'm going to blend that black out a little bit. Mascara to sort of give it like an everyday. You don't have to use it. You can use black too and still get that everyday look. It's just me personally. And basically what I did for the top, I did for the bottom lash line too, just so you know. Okay. I mean, it's quick and easy. I will say that using this particular palette anyway. We're going to apply the YSL now on top and bottom lashes. And then for the liner, I use the Color Pop. Hold on, I'll tell you. I forgot what it was now. I really hope that fan's not messing with audio. But y'all, we're in a heat wave right now, so I have to have it on. But it is like, I shouldn't have had it blowing right at me because it's like blowing my hair and my lip gloss. And making it very, very hard for me. But wouldn't expect anything less than something to make something hard on me. That's life, isn't it? Alright, then take it on the lower lash line. And we're done. I might put a second coat on the top. I don't know yet. I might not. Alright. So all in all, quick look. And that's basically what I think of this palette. If you're just looking to create a quick look that's pretty, that could be used for everyday or glam, I think you could get it out of this palette. I do enjoy this one, I will say that. What do you think? What palette do you like better? Out of curiosity. Like, I like color, I do. But I also like me a good neutral, and I feel like this palette gives me just that, a good neutral look for an everyday thing. You know what I mean? And you can wear brown or black mascara. You've got your highlighters if you so choose, in different lid shades depending on which way you want to go. But yeah, all in all, I like this one. This one's I like more than the first one, I will say that. So let me let you see it again. And I do like the packaging on both of them. They're both the same packaging, so yeah. Alright, then for lips, I lined my lips with MAC something. Where is it? Spice. And then through the Chakra lip oil over top of it. Loving this lip oil. And then for the gel liner, I used it again from the Naruto. And it's in Ninja Way. This one, I thought it went good. So that's all I have for you today. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you got something out of it. Let me know if you bought this collection. Let me know if you like it, if you don't like it, how you feel about it. I'm curious because I know how I feel about it, but maybe I'll learn a different perspective of it. So, but if you did like this video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe, ring the bell, hit all, that way you're notified when I upload. I do upload every day but Sunday, unless there's newer palettes coming in. I don't really have anything new coming in. Oh, I do have one thing coming in that's new, but I don't think it's that exciting, to be honest with you. But we'll give it a whirl, and I'll see you in the next one. Until then, stay safe and stay healthy. Bye.